whatever Garuga is trying to do on social media. First of all, no one has served me or my lawyers any papers. Government had no hand in Garuga's death. For failure to evacuate your husband and for tying up his passport with a valid UK medical visa in the Turkish embassy. Apart from a notice of intention to sue. The purpose of the notice of intention to sue is to hoodwink the public that actually she has a defense. She has no defense. And I have not been served any papers, and I double dare her to serve me defamation papers. I can't wait for them. That would be a blessing in disguise, actually. It will be a chance for me to prove, number one, that she murdered my dad. Number two, that her and Magulu, even before my dad died, was murdered. They fraudulently transferred his 2,000 acres belonging to Igafex Limited, without authorization, in contravention of a Supreme Court injunction on 16th July 2025. And that they started the process of replacing my dad with Maguru as a director in his own companies without giving him notice. On 1st August 2025, regarding her insistence on a premature open chest surgery, and her insisted on a premature hip replacement surgery, a mere 3 weeks after his diabetes diagnosis. Those ones, I have all the receipts. So my position is I can't wait. I can't wait for them to serve me those papers. I haven't seen them, and neither have my lawyers, and I highly doubt they will come. But even if they came, I'm waiting for them. Good morning. So, in response to my revelation, truthful revelation at that after Peace Kesime Bagurogoza and her son Johnny Musinguzi went on the pulpit at a memorial service for my murdered father and tried to allege that government had something to do with it. Of course, they attacked me as well as Honorable Matthew Chikire. And in response, I set the record straight. A record they are trying to run away from, that the late Dr. Musinguzi James Garuga had a valid UK medical visa in his passport at the time of his death, which passport they had tied up in another embassy. This visa was acquired after effort from the Right Honorable Thomas Taebwa, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and the Right Honorable Rakana Rugunda, who reached out to the British High Commissioner to intervene, which he did. Remember, this was after the initial visa application for UK was botched by Peace Musinguzi and Philip, who misrepresented that Garuga was a farmer. That's why the first visa was rejected. So, in their lack of wisdom, they got trumpet news to spread some propaganda about me, harmful at that. Of course false, as the facts will be proven, with the intention that you disregard what I'm saying, you forget about it, don't ask questions whether Garuga had a UK medical visa, why he didn't go to UK, why someone with only diabetes and a hip problem ended up dead after 5 months. They don't want those questions asked. So today I decided to tackle their allegations. Yeah, so allegation number one is that, oh, Alwin never attended his father's funeral service. Yeah, so that's me right there at my dad's funeral, giving a speech. I spoke both in church at Nakasero Hospital and also at my dad's country home in Rujeo Kanungu. And I also attended his vigil at his home in Buya. So I think that one is clearly debunked. You can always Google Garuga's children reveal how on YouTube and view the entire proceedings. Yeah, so I think that one is comfortably debunked, right? The second allegation, of course, was that yeah, this is also me at my dad's last public appearance. This was at his country home in Rujeo Kanungu. Yeah, then of course this was also me at with my daughter Ariana at my dad's on my dad's birthday, his last birthday, 16th December 2024. Yeah, he had a birthday bash, 16th December 2024 in Rujeo Kanungu. That was me right there speaking to the guests. Yeah, so I think that one is debunked. Another weird allegation was that, oh, Alwin, he doesn't have children. Of course, this is meant to show you that really don't listen to Alwin. He doesn't have anything to say. Yeah, so unfortunately, I have two beautiful children. One is called David right there. He's with our very resourceful helper. That's me right there. That's my daughter, Ariana. Yeah, Ariana, and yeah, that's our helper, Julie. Yeah, so Ariana is, yeah, she's a triple threat, let me call it that. She's a star at swimming. She's always #1. She wins medals. She's a medal winner. She's also always best at swimming. She's in Green Hill Academy. She's the head girl, by the way, of Green Hill Academy. She's called Ariana Angel Garuga. Yeah, she's my firstborn. That's my son, David Garuga. So that harmful propaganda peddled by Peace Kesime through her pitiful trumpet news propaganda. That's my daughter right there, Ariana Angel Garuga. She had just won 4 medals and 1 trophy. Yeah, while swimming. Yeah, she's quite a star in her school, and she's also very brilliant. She's always #1 in class. So I am definitely extremely proud of her. Right? Yeah, so I think that lie is pretty much well. Then also, what else? Yeah, so pretty much I always go on holiday with my kids, who I love very much. That's my daughter, Ariana Garuga. Yeah, we were going on a flight somewhere. Yeah, we always travel together. Yeah, so I don't think anyone can accuse me of being a bad guy. You can try anything else, but not that one. So please try something else. Yeah, so they also tried to peddle some lies that Maguru is still a director in my father's companies. And I want the general public to know that please never deal with Agaba Maguru or Peace Kesime Bagorogoza when it comes to my dad's companies, because the Register of Companies kicked them out. This is a notice in the newspapers warning the general public not to deal with Agaba Maguru when it comes to my dad's companies. It was in the New Vision, I think. Then I think we can go to the article. Yeah, this is the ruling of the Register of Companies. I'm actually going to do a company search and share with you, I think at the in my next video. So you see, this is the ruling of the registrar, in which ruling the registrar ruled that all the instruments that were used to appoint Maguru a director fraudulently was struck off the company register. So Maguru is no longer company register. Is no longer on the company register. Director in any of my dad's companies. Garuga Properties Limited, Incafex Limited, and Chinchiz Development Company Limited. So anybody in the public who deals with Bagorogoza or Maguru regarding my dad's companies, good luck to you. So in conclusion, my advice to Peace Kesime Bagorogoza is, as opposed to trying to character assassinate me, avail your facts. If what I'm saying is false, that Garuga did not have a valid UK medical visa in his passport by the time you took it to the Turkish embassy and denied him medical evacuation, come forth with the facts. Present the passport. Show that it has no UK medical visa. You know that Honorable Tayewa and Honorable Rugunda helped Garuga to get a visa. You know that. So please, Peace, stop lying. In defense of Bagorogoza, one thing I don't understand about these journalists, why can't they ask the right questions? Why not call up the right Honorable Thomas Tayewa and ask him? Peace Bagorogoza is in Nakasero, at Nakasero Cathedral, busy attacking government that somehow they are responsible for Garuga's death. Didn't you, Tayewa, use your position as a deputy speaker to appeal to the British High Commissioner successfully? You and the right Honorable Hakana Rugunda to have Garuga get his valid UK medical visa. So since Garuga got his visa, why is Peace still attacking government and her son Johnny? Why? Over that issue. Is it because she fears there will be a police investigation for causing death? Is it a solution to character assassinate someone instead of answering questions? Valid questions at that. Garuga was a citizen of this country. If the Brian Whites can be arrested for not taking someone to a local hospital, what about someone who blocked the husband from going to UK by tying up his passport in another embassy, while transferring his land? Tell me. Journalists need to start asking the right questions. Especially these trumpet news guys, who think that by character assassinating Alwin, all of a sudden the questions surrounding Garuga's untimely death after 5 months sick of diabetes. Yet people survive with diabetes for 20 plus years. They think it's just going to go away and be swept under the rug and it's the end of the story. Bagorogoza will go on a pulpit 1 year after the murder and blame government. Then Johnny comes, he becomes a human rights activist. Why weren't you an activist for your father when he had his UK medical visa and he was being denied evacuation by you and your mother? Are you denying that my conversation with your sister Rowena was accurate? What did Rowena tell me? Didn't she say that the mother was stopping her the evacuation of the husband? So now what is the big issue? Now you start attacking me. You even reach the extent of attacking my kids. Can you imagine that low? Anyway, I can't put anything past Baguruguza, to be honest. That's who she is as a person. My daughter is a star in school. She's a head girl, Green Hill Academy. My son is a very handsome young man. To say that I have no children, that's your defense? Baguruguza? Anyway, you've been defeated so many times. I now understand why. You put Maguru as a director of my father's companies, the registrar of companies removed him. You tried to get my father's 200 billion, Solicitor General shut that down. You tried to do whatever it is you were trying to do in court. High Court appointed an administrator pendant for the estate, not you. So, can't you learn from your losses? So you expected me, Alwin Garuga, to put up with that charade of yours? Instead of ducking responsibility for murdering Garuga by blaming government, you wanted me to do what? I also go there and start attacking government. Not me, Alwin Garuga. Dr. Garuga called me Garuga for a reason. I must defend my father and his. Legacy. And part of that legacy is his life. If you took it unfairly and unjustly, I cannot just keep quiet. Those who are telling me keep quiet, keep quiet. I be like those children who pretend the mother murders the father. I go and pretend. Me? But it's not even about money or anything. It's not. You can't murder my father. My father celebrated when I was born. He looked after me. He raised me. He took me to the best schools he could in his means. So there is absolutely no way I could let him down in his time of need. Bagorogos, I fought you to evacuate my father starting from March. As early as March. You can't deny that. As you are pushing for your so-called botched hip replacement surgeries, premature at that, 3 weeks after diabetes diagnosis, I was pushing to evacuate him to US. You know it. So, I know you